We are the pride of the people. This is High Power 102.7 FM.
3, 2, 1. High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people. The best station in music news, sports, and entertainment. We are High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
The time is 7 o'clock. Good afternoon, here's the iPower 102.7 FM Media News. I am Inioluwa Adekoya. First, the headlines. Stakeholders warn Ondo farmers. Senate calls emergency meeting amid Electoral Act protest. On the foreign scene, female Prime Minister promises preferable governance. And in sports, Nuruddin Awero expresses ordeal. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back, and now the news in detail, beginning from the Sunshine State. Following the recent rainfall, describing it as a temporary weather event and not the official start of 2026 farming season, agricultural and climate experts have warned farmers of Ondo State against rushing to plant crops. The project manager, Climatology Department of the Ondo State Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, Adewale Akeju, said the rainfall, though heavy and destructive in some areas, was typical of the early season shower and should not be mistaken for sustained rainfall. According to him, farmers should concentrate on clearing their farmlands and delay planting until March or April, when rainfall is expected to have established. And now to electoral matters amid mounting public outrage about its recent passage of the Electoral Act amendment, particularly the rejection of a clause mandating real-time electronic transmission of election results. The Senate has announced an emergency plenary starting from tomorrow. In a statement signed by the Clerk of the Senate, Emmanuel Odo, said all senators have been directed to reconvene for the session. This comes as Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) warned of potential nationwide protest and election boycotts over what he described as confusion and contradictory positions by the Senate on amendment to Electoral Act, particularly regarding elections transmission or elections result. The Labour Union accused the Senate of undermining public confidence in Nigerian electoral process by failing to clearly state whether electronic transmission of result would be mandatory. The leader of the Roman Catholic Pope Leo XIV has condemned the recent wave of violence attack across Nigeria, expressing sorrow over the loss of life and calling on authorities to act decisively to protect citizens. This is in a series of deadly attacks in several parts of the country, with Kwara State recording the most devastating incident. Between February 3rd and 4th, 2026, armed assailants have attacked the villages of Woro and Duku in Kaima local government area of Kwara State in what has been described as a massacre. The killings drew attention, condemnation, international condemnation. The United Nations, the United States, and Turkey denounced the violence and called for accountability. This media news is coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM in Inioluwa. Still to come on the foreign scene, female Prime Minister promises preferable governance. And in sports, Nuruddin Awero expresses ordeal.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, High Power 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. High Power FM 102.7.
Welcome back, and now to the foreign scene. A South African man, Andre Pretorius, found in a major police corruption probe, has died after reportedly shooting himself at the petrol station in Brakpan, east of Johannesburg. Reports say Pretorius' name had been mentioned at the ongoing corruption inquiry known as the Madlanga Commission in connection with 2022 murder of a man, Emmanuel Umbense, as 4 of the 12 people named as persons of interest in that killing are now dead. Police are now investigating the death of Pretorius, the 41-year-old, who last week said he had survived an assassination attempt. Still on foreign matters, Japan Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi has promised to cut taxes and keep a cabinet intact as she celebrated a Liberal Democratic Party LDP landslide victory in the general election. Takaichi pledge came as projections by reports showed the conservative LDP securing 316 seats in 500-member National Assembly and winning an historic third majority in the lower house. The result marked the best result for the LDP since its founding in 1955, surpassing the previous record of 300 seats won in 1986 under the Prime Minister Yasuhiro Nakason. And now to the sporting arena. Shooting star head coach Nuruddin Awero has said his team gave away too many chances in the 2-0 defeat to Kun Kalifat Federation Cup FC. Kun Kalifat got their goals through James Ekebueke and Blessed Iyamo as the Oluyole Warriors now lost their last 4 away games in the Nigerian Premier Football League MPFL. The Ibadan club also are yet to record a win in the MPFL since the 1-0 victory over Bendel Insurance on January 25. However, Awero is optimistic they will bounce back together in the next game. To end the iPower 102.7 FM Media News, let's take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that following the recent rainfall, describing it as a temporary weather event and not the official start of 2026 farming season, agriculture and climate experts have warned farmers in Ondo State against rushing to plant crops. We also informed you that amid mounting public outrage over its recent passage of the Electoral Act amendment, particularly the rejection of the clause mandating real-time electronic transmission of election results, the Senate has announced an emergency plenary sitting for tomorrow. On the foreign scene, we informed you that Japan Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi has promised to cut taxes and keep a cabinet intact as she celebrates a Liberal Democratic Party LDP landslide victory in the general election. And in sport, we informed you that shooting star head coach Nuruddin Awero has said his team gave away too many chances in the 2-0 defeat to Kun Kalifat Federation Cup FC. And that was the iPower 102.7 FM Media News, edited by Olukemi Ajibola. My name is Inioluwa Adekoya. Many thanks for listening and a beautiful morning to you.